Hi, this is Paul Gerst from the Balanced Path Wellness Center and from the Surround Coaching System. I'm an acupuncturist and natural health practitioner of 28 years and a transformational coach. There's a mouthful. Um, I wanted to talk about setbacks today. And I'm talking about it because I'm in the midst of one. And so I figured it would be a good subject to tackle today because what better way to come to hear from somebody in the midst of one. I helped a lot of people through these kinds of things, as you can imagine, and seeing people over the course of months, weeks, months, and years. Um, that at times, it'd be nice from a practitioner standpoint if everybody just got, you know, better in a purely upward trajectory, positive growth kind of thing. But as any human knows that's over the age of 7, we step in holes, or we trip and fall, or it's the old 2 steps forward, 1 step back, or as some people say it, 1 step forward, 2 steps back. I hope that's not the case. But I think in the midst of growth, be it in following a treatment plan from a physical practitioner, somebody, it could be a chiropractor, physical therapy, acupuncturist, whomever, or if you're doing more mental emotional work, in the case of, and I do both. In the clinic, I do a lot of mind body work, and I work with the mind and the emotions, but as well, of course, primary focus in the coaching business. And I like to say that from a practitioner standpoint, if we don't do the work ourselves, how good can we be at doing it if we don't really understand what it is to walk the talk? And so I've done a great amount of work with other people, be it therapists, energy workers, other acupuncturists, massage therapists, chiropractic, on and on and on. Um, and I love doing the work, but I tend to be an overly immersive person, and so a lot of people like what I just explained about myself. A lot of people will do the work when they're in crisis. So something bad happens to us, or things get bad enough, and we say, "Oh my God, I gotta do something about this." And so we immerse ourselves in everything. And so you're seeing people in their office, you're watching YouTube videos, you're reading books, this kind of thing. And doing that, that's great. It's great that you have that energy to put into that, but I strongly recommend that you pace yourself. I know my rationale sometimes for doing it is compensation. If I feel like I've let somebody down or done something that I wasn't proud of, or whatever, whatever the impetus was for my work, I have that. I want to make it right as fast as I can, and I want to be as good as I can as fast as I can, and that's really not how it works. And so I commend you on the, like I say, the efforts, but it makes a lot more sense to pace yourself, because really what we're doing is we're establishing new habits and routines that are going to support this moving forward. It's not like I can't believe I'm about to bring up politics, but it's not like running a political campaign where you're like going out and kissing babies and do it like I'm putting on a good show until they vote for me, and then I'm just going to go back to who I am. And that is a problem for a number of people, aside from politicians. And so if you want the work to stick, which I hope that's why you're doing it in the first place, you have to make real change. And to make real change, you have to, as so many teachers before me, and this is something I've said for a long time, you have to empty the vessel. We're the vessel. So you have to empty the vessel first before you can fill it with good stuff. And to establish a new habit, And again, this is arguable, but I'll say between 3 and 6 weeks of doing something every day. And even then, I argue it's not like I haven't seen people do things for that and done it myself, and think a year later that didn't stick, or half a year later, whatever it is, when I look back and think, yeah, I might do it once in a while. I mean, it's something that I felt helped me, but yeah, it's not serving me now. And so I just kick it to the curb. Now, this is this is what I'm going to, kind of the wrap up here. The climax of this is talking about setbacks. And the reason we have these setbacks is because of days like I'm having right now, last couple days actually, where my issue, the thing that was creating my crisis, kind of popped up again. Um, and so I was having to face it again and thinking I was going to be facing it as a much stronger person, that I just, yep, I got it all together now. And boy, it pushed me right off my center. Now, if you've done the work, it's much easier to have a bad day like I'm having today, and then tomorrow I know it's going to be a good day. I mean, I have the resources and I've done enough work where that it's easier for me to find my center. It's easy for me, if I get knocked down, it's easier to get back up and get right back on the path I know I need to be on. Whereas people, without that sense of self, that sense of center, um, I think it's easier for chaos to kind of slip in and for them to have a harder time finding their way back to the path, or just being so cynical and like, this is crap, this doesn't work, and just leaving the path. Excuse me, just kind of going with that fall and just say, well, I guess this is just where I belong. This is just what happens. All these limiting beliefs that we repeat to ourselves sometimes when we're in a funk. So I do encourage you to stay with the work and to just sit with a setback. I did something today that, and I'm going to tell the story because I think I can't believe I'm the only one who would be doing this. If so, then just bear with me. But I used to be accused of, I like to answer people very quickly. And so if somebody sends me an email, I want to just answer back. And past friend of mine, or a friend of mine in the past said, it's about 10 years ago, said, what, wait, there was an issue I was having with somebody. And she says, well, you going to send that email right now? And I said, yeah, I'm done with it. She goes, you don't do drafts? And I said, no, I have a thought. I type it out and I want to just send it over. And she said, oh, that's insane. Why would you do that? And I hadn't even considered, writing something out and not sending it because I didn't trust my memory to go back and send it the next day. But there's wisdom in what she said to me. And so I had to chew on that for a while, but it's good advice, because we have reactions, right? We have setbacks, we have these bad days, and probably not our best time to be, sending an email or maybe shooting a video, although this video is making me happier. So maybe it was the right decision to make, to shoot it. But anyways, I hope this has been helpful. Please keep up with the work. Just remember, if you have a bad day or two or three, it's important to reach out to your support network, to journal with it, to just sit with it sometimes and just see. Maybe you're going to learn something about an underlying feeling about what's causing that bad day. Maybe if you look at triggers and you sit with them and the feelings that come with them and just try to pull back from that. A lot of people will say dissociate, where you just kind of watch yourself watching a feeling. So you're just removing yourself from the feeling, but you're allowing it to just happen. You're just watching it in a detached form. You oftentimes will learn from doing that, and it can be very, very helpful. Again, thank you for watching. This is Paul Gerst from the Balanced Path Wellness Center and from Surround Coaching System. If I can be of further service, I hope you reach out and talk to me. Information is somewhere around here. You'll see it. Thanks.